group dares Nigerian army. The Biafra Nations Youth League (BNYL) has called for immediate withdrawal of troops of the Operation Atilogu Udo from the southeast region. The Nigerian army had on November 1st launched another army operation code-named Operation Atilogu Udo, which is in continuation of the Operation Python Dance. Python Dance generated a lot of controversies in the region last year. National leader of BNYL, Prince Will Chimes Richard, in a statement forwarded to us on Saturday, wondered why would the President Muhammad Buhari-led administration militarize the East every year, whereas other regions, especially in the north where bandits and terrorists are killing people on a daily basis, are being ignored. The BNYL accused the military of extorting money from civilians on highways, frustrating travelers and motorists who fail to give them money. The pro-Biafra group warned government that should the Operation Atilogu Udo carry out with the activities of the Python Dance 1 and 2, there will be crisis in the region. The government does not want peace. It is wrong to militarize a region that is violence-free. If the purpose of doing this is to put fear in yours, then they have failed, because before we embarked on this struggle, we have signed a death warrant with the Creator. Nothing can frighten us again. But I assure them that they will fail in their bid to stop us. We are only considering the advice of our advisors, not that we cannot adopt the Southern Cameroon style of agitation, since we may not want another war. One thing in this life is that when you have pushed people or you have pushed someone to the wall, the person is not afraid of anything. The highest thing that can happen, the person will just say, the highest thing that can happen, that, maybe you take my life or I die. And if somebody has gotten to that level, you should know that the person really means business, that whatever you are doing to that person, whether you are marginalizing the person, whether you are intimidating such a person, the person does not really care of the repercussion of what you are going to do, in as much the person has taken enough of those that you are giving to him or a particular group of people. You know that they are already ready for anything in the first place. A lot of people have called on federal government that this idea of militarizing that region is not the best. There's nothing like a war, and why would there be such things over there? But I don't know, when it has become a problem, people are saying we want to secede, we want to go our separate ways. If really you want peace in the first place, there is nothing there. You call them, oh, these are the way things are supposed to go. No, we want a united Nigeria. We want this. These are the reasons. These are the reasons. If you feel that you have been marginalized in which area, you prefer solution, on how to go about it. If really you want the so-called Nigeria, or the one is so unity of that country, those are the ways you can go about it. I don't think there's harm or there's a problem in somebody saying, I want to go my separate way. They are not using that as an excuse to start destroying a lot of things. They are not using that as a way of, taking other people's lives. They are not infringing on others' rights. The only thing they were doing, they were coming together. The crowd they were coming together to say, okay, this is what we want. These are the things that we have outlined that we want the federal government to do, or this is the only thing that we really want. It is for you to say, oh, he said that this way or the other way, which would have resolved this whole thing. Which would have resolved the whole thing. We would have called the people who are really, on top of the game, who are the leaders, who were champion or who are still championing this cause. And just like the condition Nnamdi Kanu, has put out before the federal government for them to dialogue, that the only way is referendum, which the government would have done. But when you are taking a hard decision, taking all this army and soldiers, trying to intimidate them, put fear in their minds, and by so doing, a lot of people, have died in this cause. And they always say, what is good for goose is good for ganders. When you talk about this Fulani Esme, we know the havoc they've been committing. Okay, if you are saying, oh, people are just trying to label them negatively, then what about the World Index saying that the Fulani Esme, they are the fourth most dangerous terrorist group in the world? Then what will people say about that? If you are saying some regions or some people are labeling the Fulani Esme, giving them bad name, then what are you going to talk about their position? They have been proscribed worldwide, and they are the fourth most dangerous terrorists in the world. What are you to say about that? And all of the things that they've been doing that made them to be proscribed are with what we are experiencing. Those things are happening with us. We are seeing all of those things that they are doing, and yet the federal government has never arrested them. We have their group, we have their leaders there all of the time. They are always coming with one threat or the other. The recent threat now is the Mieti Allah, because they are together. They are saying if the governors do not give them land, that there will be no peace. What can be more dangerous to that? What can be more insightful than that statement? Did you hear police or did you hear DSS saying anything? If it were to be other people that they know that these people are harmless, they will swing into action. They will want to be using armor to kill a fly. They will say, oh, they are trying to protect the territorial whatever of the country. Oh, they are trying to, they gather some intelligence information about this and that. And meanwhile, you are seeing people who are really taking into arms, doing no manner of things. They are forcefully taking people's land. They are forcefully encroaching on people's land, infringing on people's rights. Yet you are not doing anything. And you expect people to be happy with you. We still have to worry now that has met its bail condition. You are not doing anything about it. And you are militarizing the southeast, bringing all manner of dance here and there. Where we have a Boko Haram, where we have bandits in surplus, in their numbers, different types of how would I put them, criminals operating in those zone. You have never militarized all those areas, but you're always going for the army, always going for a place, going to a place that is already peaceful. And that's why these people have said, no matter what you want to do, the highest that can happen is for you to kill them, but they are going to resist this operation that you have been bringing, from time to time. The last time was a operation Python, that's 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now they've changed the name. What is happening? Are these people killing themselves? Are they killing other people? Are they taking other people's lives? So why all of this why is it that government cannot even come together and say, oh, my people, please, this is the way you are ought to go. These are the things that we are going to do. That would have solved this whole problem than this fire brigade was trying to, just intimidate people. Is it so difficult for the government to do that? Is it so difficult for them to call for dialogue? Is it so difficult? They don't want to do that. They don't care. The position of this government is so clear. You will know where they are going to. It's not something that's supposed to be that's supposed to be too big or so difficult for them to do. Let there be dialogue. Let there be dialogue. It is dialogue that can settle everything. We don't know why they don't want to go into dialogue with all of these things. And now we heard when these people, the governors from the northeast, they are calling the federal government to dialogue with bandits. You can imagine. When we are talking, some people will say, oh, you guys are always talking, always going against the federal government, always going against them. You're always talking negative about them. Why won't you? With all of these things that are happening, you expect people to be quiet. You expect people not to say the right thing. Is it so difficult for the government to go into dialogue with all these people that are harmless, that are not taken into harms? But they are governors, the governors from all those northeast, they are saying it categorically. They have come to the open and telling Buhari to dialogue with bandits. So what have you to say to that? We should clap for them. These people are not disturbing anybody. They are not taking laws into their hands. They are not infringing on others' rights. And yet you are expecting people to say, oh, it is true, it is good for the region to be militarized. I don't know how people reason. And meanwhile, they are canvassing for dialogue for all those bandits for Boko Haram. It is in the public domain, because some people will not come here now. They will not go and do their findings. They will not be saying, "Oh, it is fake news. It is fake news." Of course, you should know, should know where they belong to. But you will not hear when these governors are saying the federal government should have dialogue. There should be dialogue between the federal government and all these bandits. Whether by so doing they will be able to exit from their wrongdoings, they will be able to surrender. You can imagine, you want to go and meet a terrorist, you want to dialogue with that terrorist so that he will surrender. So those are the things that we are talking about, that there's no balance in all of these things. And that's why you continue to see people agitating, because when they know that the government is not taking the right stand, the government is not balanced in its decisions, it's not fair to everybody, they will continue to agitate. And the agitations, they are not even harming anybody. They are not destroying anything. And that's why it's different from all others, those people who are involved in taking decisions into their hand, killing people, you know forcing people to give them land. Is that done? Where is that done? So in my own opinion, that is just my own take concerning all of this. So the best way is for government to have a round table with these people. That is the only way all of these things can be resolved. There should be dialogue with these people, in my opinion. So guys, I don't know what you think. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.